this NGO conference. I'm still feeling linked both to NGO community and to the academic community. I'm still belonging to this part. I'm still keeping my courses, and I would like to introduce here, yes, the East-West Strategic Corridor, and I will do this in an academic way, but also keeping in mind that I have to basically take over from my friend from Bulgaria who introduced you the wider Black Sea area. First, I would like to draw your attention on a concept that we are used to utilize in that area. It's about security complex. We are talking about security complex when it's about a coherent, a cooperative region with an internal capacity of fighting the threats to societal security, to energy security, to public order, to terrorism, or to other types of threats, but also who has a capacity of dealing with conflict prevention and conflict resolution. In that respect, the wider Black Sea area, the wider Black Sea region that we've heard about earlier, is a concept that can be structured into a security concept. It includes not only littoral countries, as our friend from Bulgaria already underlined, but also some other countries, and the basic of this is the capacity of cohesion. In that respect, we do have 3 NATO countries, Romania, Bulgaria, and Turkey. We have the 3 Caucasian countries, Georgia, Armenia, and Azerbaijan, and we have the 3 countries, the so-called New East of Europe, Republic of Moldova, Ukraine, and Russia. All of those countries have 2 main relations with the institutions, integrative institution of the EU. First, NATO, already underlined, we have 3 NATO member states. We have, all the other states have structured partnerships with NATO at different degrees. We have Georgia, who have built a commission with NATO. We have Ukraine in a special relation, even though they have revised their relation toward NATO. We have Russia, who has a functional relation and a structured relation with NATO in the NATO-Russia Council. At the same time, the other integrative institution, European Union, has relations with all those countries. On one side, we have countries that are already member states, Romania and Bulgaria. We have Turkey on its way of negotiating the inclusion inside the European Union, or a type of partnership with the European Union. And we have the other countries including in this partnership. So we have very solid ground in looking at the region as such, since we have processes linking already the countries on the region and linking them to the Western institution of integration. Now, we are talking more and more about another security complex, which is Black Sea-Caspian Sea region. More and more because we are talking about the capacity, and that's a geopolitical solution, of linking the landlocked Central Asia via Southern Caucasus to a European and Euro-Atlantic state. And that's the point I would like to make on that respect. That's a strategic project which is linked to interest, and it is linked at the same time to the capacity of investing. We can't do that as long as we are not touching upon strategic projects, or if you want, the major projects of the region. The East-West Black Sea-Caspian Sea corridor, which could link countries like Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, via Azerbaijan, Georgia to Romania, NATO, EU countries, is of tremendous importance, and you might figure that Azerbaijan is in the center of such a grand project. The added value is that such a grand project is linked also to other assumed political projects, like the New Silk Road. As you know, it's a project that has been launched by the State Secretary Hillary Clinton, linking Central Asia via Afghanistan to Pakistan, India, and offering to Afghanistan a sustainable economic perspective in order to stabilize the region. So the East-West Black Sea-Caspian Sea corridor is just making the linkage between EU, NATO space and Central Asia, and it's a natural prolongation of this corridor of this new Silk Road. The second grand project which is linked with the East-West Strategic Corridor is the channel Danube, Main and Rhine. It's a river corridor that is assumed by the European Union in different projects and offers the cheapest way of transporting goods from Constanța, from the Black Sea shores, via the hard core of Europe, the Central Europe, up to Rotterdam. Why is it so important? It's cheap, it goes directly via the heart of Europe, and it solves one of the main problems of Central and Western Europe at once, which is the crowded railway traffic, which does not allow, by no means, the travel of high quantities of merchandise via Central Europe, Western Europe. So it's a very important solution. Linking two big grand projects, this East-West Strategic Corridor is of tremendous importance, and let me tell you the 5 dimensions that are inside such a project. Some of them are developed already, are more developed, some will come as consequence of the development of the first one. We do have for sure an energy corridor. We've talked a lot. Tomorrow in the second panel tomorrow we are going to come back to energy. I'm sure that the developments in that area should not be underlined now in my speech, and you know what's about. The second layer or track of this corridor is transportation. It's a multimodal or intermodal transportation via railways, via sea, Caspian Sea, Black Sea, and then via transportation through rivers. It can lead quite cheaply, or at least competitively, any type of container from harbors of the Caspian Sea on the other side of the Caspian Sea in Turkmenistan or Kazakhstan via Azerbaijan in the hard core of Europe. The third corridor is a military corridor, military transportation corridor. As you know, in and out of Afghanistan, the airplanes, at least, if not also some merchandise, some non-lethal capacities can cross over on the retreat from Afghanistan or on the supplies that are needed for the operation of Afghanistan post-2014. The fourth layer is trade. Once we have a transportation granted and we use all the lessons learned from the Tracheka steps that we've done and we've undertaken, it is quite easy to establish the regimes, the taxes, and the capacity of moving containers from Central Asia in the heart of Europe or in Rotterdam, for that matter. And the fifth one is investments. Once the political agreement on supporting such a project, such a big project, grand project, major project is in place, and there's a political support for the development of the 5 tracks of this East-West Black Sea-Caspian Sea corridor, we do have all the ingredients for welcoming the investments that are going to be beneficial for all the countries involved. Azerbaijan especially because it is in the heart, in the middle of such a corridor. So I think that this presentation will underline the attention of all these scholars and the political responsible for this East-West Strategic Corridor. I'm looking forward to get the questions that I will try to answer.